Greetings from Florida. Brad, one Austinite checking in. Austinites got to stick together on the show. Good day, Don. Hello from the land, Carol. Hi ho, Pick. Rachel, question for Jake and Sue. Do you guys have a favorite memory with each other growing up? Oh, God. Hello, Sue. I don't know. I do remember we used to go, I guess my favorite memory, I'm not going to make Sue type on this, but we used to go to Chautauqua. There was a little bit of a mention in Tuesday's letter from Grandma about Chautauqua, which is where my parents had a cabin. By 1984, they had a cabin. But when we were little kids, we would go up to Chautauqua, and parents of our friends had a little RV sort of resort, I guess, where you would rent a motorhome. So you would stay in a mobile, it wasn't a motorhome, it was a mobile home. And there were these kind of little pads where you had your mobile home and a picnic table and whatever, and then you could go fish off of a dock and go out in boats. And I remember that from our childhood, and that was fun. Although I do remember we used to argue because we had to share a bedroom, and so there was who was on whose side of the bed. We did have some fights about that. And I know that I'm soft pedaling that, Sue. So I just don't think we have to tell the whole story. Hello, Scott. Scott, I've got your t-shirt. I think, was it you that sent me the t-shirt? Let me get the wrapping here. Where is it? I could have reached down and got this. No, it's not from you. It's from Scott Williams. I got a t-shirt, but it's a bit large, so Belinda was trying to alter it to see if it would fit. Yes, I do mean the debate, Pick. Yeah, you're going to watch a movie, Joan? I think that's a solid idea. That's a solid idea. I think we may watch a movie or Fargo or something like that. Flavia, welcome aboard. Sue, bit you in the back one time when we were sharing the bed in Chautauqua. Yes. I didn't want to have to mention that, but I did bite my sister. Shit happens. That happened. I don't know why I'm getting out the Bible. That's from Tuesday. So what are we going to talk about today? So Brad is saying, yo, Jake, dropping off I at Milwaukee County Zoo, volunteering for Boo at the Zoo drive-through. I'm not sure what you mean to say about that, but it sounds good. Thursday mute day. I hope I'm not muted. I hope you can hear me. It says that you can hear me. Sorry you're late, Bob. I'm sorry too. You were holding a cat down while your wife shaved it. But that's a legit excuse. You're off the hook, Bob. I was shaving a cat. I'm sorry I'm late. I was shaving a cat. Could I tell some jokes, Dave? No, I can't tell any jokes today. Well, wait. Let's see if I've got a joke from the Snark Handbook, and I know that this is not what you wanted, and that's why I'm willing to do it. Sometimes there's some jokes in here, some longer stories, but I don't see one. This is a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. I had a rose named after me, and I was very flattered, but I was not pleased to read the description in the catalog. No good in bed, but fine against a wall. That Eleanor Roosevelt, that was a little bit of double entendre from the First Lady, if I can be so bold as to call her out on some of her remarks after her death. Well, I've been out to lunch today with my friend Christella. We ate on a platform in a parking spot outside of a restaurant. Delicious cheeseburger. And I'm getting ready to take my ballot to the ballot box here in California. So I'm getting ready to do that. I've done that today. Flavia says, can we talk about a crippling despair at what awaits us in the coming weeks or months? Well, we don't need to talk about our crippling despair. I'm hopeful about our next few months or weeks, but we'll see. We're all going to vote. We're all going to do our best. Yes, Rachel, those were the trips where my dad was smoking in the car with the windows up. Well, not necessarily the trip to Chautauqua, because that'd just be a couple-hour drive from where we lived. That would have been our cross-country vacations to the Atlantic ocean and to the Rocky Mountains, where my dad was smoking a cigar in the car. Rich shaving a cat. You were also shaving a cat. Well, that happens. Um, so what have I been doing on the internet today? I've been looking at. I suppose you can't really see this, but I've been looking at motorhomes to rent and to buy. Cruise America, who rents motorhomes, also sells motorhomes. So you can buy them. Cruise America sells motorhomes, and then also there's a website. Oh, good lord, have I accidentally deleted it? No, Chill RV Rentals here in Santa Monica. We can. It seems like for the price of buying an RV, you can rent an RV. Like if we were even to rent an RV for 2 months a year from this Chill RV, it would take us 10 years to pay for a brand new RV. So it's starting to seem like maybe we want to rent some RVs for a while before we get into the buying of the RV, I'm guessing. Michael says, yeah, I was just going to ask if the mute rule is going to hold up today. I'm sure we all have better things to do to spend our time on. Yeah, I don't know how the mute rule is going to go. I was thinking about watching the debate because I'm curious to see how the president behaves. But then again, am I? Am I curious? I'm not. He's going to do what he does, what he always does, and it's going to be terrible and distracting. And I'm actually curious to see how Joe Biden handles it. He's been prepping for this, so he's probably gone into some deep Zen meditative state. Yes, Jen, my parents smoked. Your parents smoked with the windows up too? Yeah, my dad used to do it, windows up and a cigar with the air on recirc. It's a thing from my act from years ago. God, it was awful. Key says, man, I looked into renting an RV and it got really expensive really fast. Yeah, it did get expensive really fast, but when you look at the cost of, you know, you're going to spend thousands of dollars. You're going to spend a couple of $1,000s. It's going to be between $200 and $275 a night for the RV. But then when you come home, you don't have to park it in your driveway. And when you come home, you don't have to keep paying for insurance. And when you come home, you don't have to keep washing it because it keeps getting dirty because it's parked right outside your house. And you don't have to wonder if you're getting your money's worth out of it, and it's just over. So I'm kind of leaning a little more towards that. Todd says Yellowstone is always packed with those Cruise America units. Yeah, I think I'm looking for something a little smaller than the Cruise America kind of camper. We're looking for something more in that van department. Rachel says, I recall from Jake's comedy show, it had something to do with aerodynamics and getting the best gas mileage. Yeah, that's why my dad wanted the windows up and the air. I don't know. I think the air on recirc. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, something about mileage. Anyway, I have looked up Juicy RV rentals, and I've seen them, Brad, down in New Zealand when we've been down there, and they look kind of cool. I haven't looked them up lately in the context of this most recent COVID-19 getaway escape project plan. So I'm going to check that out. I've just this Chill RV has got the right size of vans that we've been looking for possible purchase. So I'm interested in trying that first. But yeah, I'm going to get into the juicy one. Jen says Trump's got a Hunter Biden former associate in the audience. Oh Jesus. I don't know if I can take it. I've been thinking about it. First order of business after the show's over right now, or in a few minutes, is to take a bike ride to the box, mail my ballot. I've got a friend who lives right near the ballot box place, so I'm going to see if he has any beer. I'm going to ride my bike over and drink a beer while I vote at his box, at the box near his house, if I can. That'd be my dream. Yes, Rich, that's what I'm learning. RVs are more expensive to own, and so that's why I'm thinking of not doing that. Don, exactly. We're all smoking the cigar. The car is smoking the cigar. We're all smoking the cigar. That is from my act. Thank you, Don. Good memory. Flavia says something. Flavia says, "Yikes! You have my sympathy. I was lucky my dad quit smoking when we were still little kids, and my mother never smoked." Yeah, well, congratulations. I mean, I'm still okay. Wow, Newell's $2 million for a motorhome. Yeah, boy, you can spend You can spend, for those big bus style motorhomes, you're up in $1 million pretty fast. My sister voted yesterday. Great. What time is the debate? I'm not sure. Usually there's 6 p.m. in California, 5 or 6 p.m. in California, so 8 or 9 p.m. on the East Coast. That's my guess. But it's in Nashville. So I don't know. Biden will spend the night defending his son. This is all going to be like Hillary's emails. Yeah, well, Carol, I hope not. Oh, Sue, you got up this morning and brushed your teeth with sunscreen. Oh, the sunscreen and the toothpaste are the same shape. Yes, well, that used to happen to our father all the time. He would have a bad day, brushed his teeth with Brill cream, which is a hair kind of product for those of you who don't know. And the Brill cream tube and the toothpaste tube are the same size. They don't have anywhere near similar labels on them. But he would grab the wrong one and brush his teeth with Brill cream. And I always did sort of wonder, is like, why would you keep those two things in the same place? You want that toothpaste in a place where there's nothing else that looks like toothpaste to prevent these type accidents. But then again, nobody likes a guy who's solving a problem after they've had the problem. And nobody listens to a guy who's trying to solve a problem before they've had a problem. So that's the thing about problems and guys that I know. It's not a joke, but it's mildly entertaining, I hope. At least to me, I found that kind of good. I hope they don't set your box on fire like they did with some of them. Yeah, Bob, I hope that's true too. I hope they don't. Keys, yes, a lot of people own RVs, also rent them. Yeah, there's a couple of sites where Outdoorsy is one, and then there's another one called RV Share, where people who own RVs rent them. And the issue with those sites is because it's not a business, you've got the same problem that you've got with Uber and with Airbnb, is you might be in some person's vehicle or home that it's not as clean as you would like it, but it's plenty clean for how they like it. And so that's the problem. Different people got different ideas of what clean is. Nashville, that's where the country music comes from, if you want to stop it. Yeah, that's right, Gary. Good. Welcome aboard. There's a lot of people who can remember my act. God, that was a good joke, I thought. Nashville, Tennessee, where country music comes from, in case you want to stop it. That was me. I said that. God, just going back in time and rereading some of my jokes. Alzheimer's going to be great for me because I'm going to be able to watch old comedy acts of myself and hopefully be entertained by them. Ooh, Carol says that was like me putting cat treats on my salad instead of croutons. Yeah, you don't keep the cat treats near the croutons. Also, those are alliteratively similar, so that can be a little bit of a problem. Don, a little dab will do you. That was the Brill Cream slogan. Todd, did your dad use High Karate mouthwash accidentally? High Karate is mouthwash accidentally? No, my dad was not a High Karate guy. My dad was an Old Spice guy. He may still be. And at that time, Old Spice came in these really cool kind of ceramic bottles that were pointy at the top with one of those, the little pin that comes out of the top. It was like a little thing about the diameter of a pencil lead, and then you would shake the cologne out. Yeah, Sue is chiming in. Dad was an Old Spice guy. Yep. 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 Nashville time. Pick is weighing in with. David is saying, my bathroom drawers are all organized by shape. I think that's a good policy. You want to have different shaped things, and so there's only one thing of a certain shape in the drawer. I guess that's great. Jen, your dad was an Aqua Velva guy. Aqua Velva was a good one from that similar time period, but Old English leather, and Old English was malt liquor. English leather, yeah, I remember. I have to say I was a customer of English leather at a time in college. Listen, not to make excuses, but almost all of us were wearing cologne at that time, so it wasn't really as big of a deal as it sounds, or as terrible of a deal as it sounds, that I was wearing English leather. Jen says, I was looking for a new chess set and found one that are vintage men's cologne bottles. Wow, that's That's Texas for you. Um, that sounds great. Don says hi, karate. Yeah, my dad liked Brute. These are all great 70s colognes. I don't know. The demographic of the show is confusing me a little bit now. Oh, this is what we forgot to do yesterday. Belinda was only here for a moment, but we look through some of these clippings from the letter from Grandma. I've got 25 cents off on any size of kitty litter, brand cat litter. I've got 15 cents off on Welch's grape jelly or jam, and that's the 16 ounce or larger size. That's a lot of jelly, 16 ounces. 25 cents off of Corn Flakes. I wonder if I wonder what it'd be like to try. 50 cents off Oxidol. I don't even know if they make Oxidol laundry detergent anymore. Am I out of coupons here? I want to just do the coupons right now. 25 cents off Black Flag bug killer. And there's a few. God, it's a real treasure of coupons, this letter from Grandma that I read the other day. There's 25 cents off Duncan Hines muffin mix. There is 25 cents off Total cereal. 20 cents off Miss Butterworth syrup. Ooh, dearie. And that's and also pancake mix. And also 40 cents off Maxwell House instant coffee. I have to say, I was never a fan of instant coffee. I know this is the type of information you tune in for. People are like, tell some jokes. I'm like, no, I'm going to give you my opinion on instant coffee. Never a fan of instant coffee. Although a few years ago, I was at my brother-in-law's house in New Zealand, and he made some instant coffee, and it was half decent. And so, in terms of fast coffee in the moment, I would drink some instant coffee nowadays. A lot of cologne talk. Don't forget Aramis. Yes, I remember Aramis. Brute, high karate. We've already been to it. I liked it. Sometimes you put on too much cologne, Flavia says. Yeah, well, that can happen. We all know that can. Pierre Cardin, English leather. Yes, pick, right. All my men wear English leather, or they wear nothing at all. I remember that slogan. That was a little... Miss Butterdick syrup. Thank you, Rich. Welcome. Well, all jokes of that nature are always welcome. Jen Rober says, 70s coffee. My dad drank Sanka. Yeah, Sanka was a kind of a terrible instant coffee. And I have to say, I drank it from time to time. I'm trying to think of, I've got some instant coffee in the house that some of the people, we have another place here that people were renting from time to time. And often they'd leave behind things like instant coffee. Oh, I see, Flavia. You drank instant coffee for years. You just use more. Yeah, I don't know that instant coffee is now the best value. So, what are you saying, Scott? That now my grandma's helping me with my skits. Yeah, she is. Uma has you drinking chicory coffee, Keys. Yeah, well, I do like the chicory coffee from Cafe Du Monde. If you go to New Orleans, classic beignets and coffee at Cafe Du Monde. Their coffee is coffee with chicory. I think that's a Depression era coffee extender thing, was to add chicory to it. And it does mellow it out. It's not too bad. Is anyone going to miss Tab? Is Tab going away? Yeah, I was never a Tab. Diet Coke. Hey, Jake, it's Jake Johansson, our host and MC. Yes, Greg, I'm hosting today's chat. They discontinued Tab, sad. Even though you're from Minnesota, you feel you have to defend Iowa with respect to its size on my shirt. Yeah, Brad, I think that Iowa is depicted a little bit smaller than it actually is in proportion to California. Although California is our largest state, we did find out. I think it was this morning. Belinda and I were talking about the population of Canada. We all love Canada. There's an opinion writer who's always down on the United States and up on Canada and New Zealand. He's a British guy, and he's always taking a crap on America. And the population of Canada is less than California. It is great, but it's a little easier to run a tight ship in a small boat. Stephen Wright joke: I put instant coffee in a microwave oven and went back in time. or something like that. Yeah, I think I remember that one. So you don't understand where I am, Jen. Well, there's a guest house that we rent out, and this is a room that's underneath that. There's a sloping hill. So this is a room at the back underneath that house, and connected to it architecturally, but not accessible to it from doors in the other house. You have to go around the back to come in the back door. So that's where we are. And then our house that we live in is, 20 feet that way. California. There you go. I hope that explains everything. Of course, you can always, as you know our address, you can always go on Google Earth and get a better idea of where I am. Bob says, I never drank coffee in college. When I had to pull an all-nighter, you'd eat several spoons of instant coffee crystals. Oh, I can't even imagine doing that. How could that possibly be true? Oh my God. We used to take Vivarin when I was in college, which is a caffeine pill that has like 3 cups of coffee in 1 pill or something like that. Those Vivarin, they were terrible. I think truck drivers were taking those until they finally got access to genuine speed. Scott says, my wife's cousin and friend got a juicy van and bought a lifetime supply of Starbucks via instant pouches. Used them for months afterwards. Not bad. Yeah, those Starbucks instant pouches are not bad, but that stuff is expensive. That's like, you might as well go to the Starbucks and get that. Laura says, I don't drink coffee at all, so I used to keep a jar of instant coffee in case I had a coffee addict visitor back when we could have visitors. God, remember when we could have visitors? Wasn't that great? What are we going to do with all this instant coffee? There needs to be a little project. We'll have visitors again, but who knows when that'll be. Keith says, when we RV, we use a French press. I do like a French press, but oh yes, wrong. Alaska's our largest state, then Texas. Yes, of course. California just has the most people in it. I think I'm right about that, Jen. Maybe I'm wrong. You tell me. Maybe Texas has got more people than California, but Alaska does not have more people than either one of those. I'm pretty sure. Uma says, sorry I missed most of the show. Chicken pot pie in the works. Oh my God, Uma, if I don't know what's going wrong with my soup subscription, but if you could throw a chicken pot pie in there every once in a while, that would be great. I feel like we're all going to have to meet and have some kind of family reunion picnic when this is over. It's going to be good. Flavia, tea drinker now. Coffee jangles your nerves. Yeah, I'm a little caffeinated, although I admit I did have a couple of glasses of wine with lunch when I was out with my friend Christella. Does anyone else drink Diet Mountain Dew? My sister's asking. Oh, I don't know. I'm curious about that. That Mountain Dew is some serious stuff. Draw you a diagram of the house. Yeah, well, I'll figure it out. And I'm glad, Jen, that now you're more aligned with our living situation. Normally we're all in that house. Although let me just give you some other trivia. Our washing machine is next to my office here in the underneath of the front house, or it would be the basement, but you can't get to it from the house. So that's a complication. When we're talking about bugging out and renting both of these houses and going to New Zealand for 3 months, it's going to be weird for the people who live in the place where we live, because you have to come over here to do the laundry. It's only 20 feet. It's not that bad, but it's a little bit weird. Laura's saying, oh my God, I took Vibrant in college for like a week, but it wasn't working. Turns out you had mono. Oh, Fanula had mono when she was 10. It was terrible. I sympathize with you. Mono's no joke. Rolled a car over in Utah while supposedly staying awake on Vivarin. Yeah, Brad, coffee, Vivarin, speed, all that stuff works up to a point, and then your body is just like, I got to shut this down and get some sleep. David's saying, nothing is forever. If you like something, you should fill your garage with it. I think that, David, I definitely used to ascribe to that theory, but I have bought in the past, I still have a pair of Crocs that I bought at the beginning of Crocs because I loved Crocs when they first came out, and then Crocs were everywhere and they last a pretty long time. I have a brand new pair of Crocs that when I bust those babies out a decade from now, man, I'm going to get some winks and some thumbs ups, maybe a high five, maybe a fist bump. Maybe we'll have invented a new thing to do at that time. But I don't think I needed to fill up my garage with Crocs. And I do have an extra pair of those shoes that have toes in them. I regret that. I bought too many pairs of some things, thinking that nothing lasts forever. I better stock up on these, because the amount of time that they make things sometimes is not as long as you're going to like things, but the amount of time that things last is sometimes longer than the amount of time that you're going to like things. So you can buy a garage full of stuff that then you hate, and now you got to get rid of. I've got this speaker sitting on the floor right now that's one of those sound bar home theater in a one unit thing that works okay, and it was expensive when I bought it to hook up to the TV to make my home theater thing. It was less expensive than a home theater, but it was more expensive than a speaker, and now it's outlived its, we don't want to have it anymore. But I spent so much for it that it's hard for me to take it to the Goodwill because of what I've got invested in it. That's called the sunk cost fallacy, I believe. And I'm just about ready for the I'm tired of this thing on the floor in my office reality, and I'm going to take it in and get rid of it. California has way more than Texas. I'm assuming that's people you're talking about, Rich. You're going to bring the deviled eggs to the picnic. Great. I do love a deviled egg. California is the largest population-wise. Don, thank you. It's good to have confirmation on that. Chicken pot pie is like crack, Keys. I think you're right with that. At my age, it's as close to crack as I think I want to come. I'm not smoking. My crack smoking days are behind me. Diet Mountain Dew is gnarly good stuff, Greg says. So there you and my sister are on the same there. California is 40 million, Texas 30 million. So yeah, just a few more. Jen just drank a giant Mountain Dew, and in 5 minutes, I'm taking a nap. I have that happen to me sometimes in the afternoon with the caffeine. I'll jack myself up thinking I'm going to wake up, and it'll work for about an hour, and then I got to go down. Pick says, fueled all my college all-nighters with celery and carrots. Lots of roughage. Wow, yeah, I don't know. You're a real health nut. Don's going to bring his wife's homemade cheesecake. That sounds delicious. We're going to have a nice cookout show reunion. You're in for the soup party, Michael? Great. You making a decent chowder. This is terrific. This might be a multi-day event. We'll all rent some camper vans and circle them up at some place in Texas where they have plenty of room, because I got 10 million less people than California. Sue's going to make the chili instead of a soup. Yeah. My grandmother-in-law, Belinda's grandmother, always calls it chili soup. Is Jake going to make that chili soup? It's one of the things that I make when I go down there. They always call it chili soup. Yeah, Brad, don't store Crocs in the sun. Thanks. I do have that. They're in a bag in the closet underneath a bunch of other crap. Crocs in 10 years equals dry rot. Well, you could be right. You could be right. But what am I going to do? I've got a pair that I wear to the beach right now, so I don't need another pair to maybe I don't know what to do. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Bob says, time to get rid of your Nehru jacket. Are you kidding me? If I had a Nehru jacket, I'd be wearing it right now. I would be wearing it right now. And I don't know if you've watched Westworld, but the end of season 3 ending, what's his name? Oh God, is wearing a white Nehru jacket jumpsuit. So you got to know that. Jen says, put it on Let It Go. That's where you're buying the chess set. What do you like better, Jen? Let It Go or Offer Up? I've been looking into Offer Up. Keith says your neighborhood has a Facebook page for giving away stuff. I'll have to look into that. Although my Facebook, I only use it for this page, the I'm a Comedian page. The other, I have to have a personal page because you have to have one of those to have one of these. But I don't ever use that. And so I'm not really keen on having that be a thing that now someone can start clicking on to figure me out or contact me. Yeah, Keith, when you were in college, you could get diet pills from your doctor. Diet pills, yeah, which is all caffeine jacked up. Gary Williams says KFC chicken pot pie is good stuff if you can't get a banquet. Yeah, I don't know about KFC. I used to live near a KFC, and it would smell so good that once a year I'd go in and eat the KFC, and it would take a year for me to forget how terrible it was, and then I'd go back to the KFC again because it smelled so good. It just the promise and the smell of KFC, and I'm not bad mouthing. I know there are people who love KFC, but oh my God, it's just not as good as it smells. That's all I can say. There's my Yelp review of KFC. Not as good as it smells. If there was a KFC air freshener, well, I take it back. I don't think I would put a KFC air freshener in my house. KFC cologne. How about that? Some KFC cologne. You slap on your KFC, head out to the disco. I know they don't have discos anymore. The nightclub, the rave. Now we're all doing secret raves in parks. Head out to your secret park rave with your KFC cologne and see what kind of action you get. I guarantee you're going to meet a raccoon who's totally into you. He is just that into you. All right, so what do we got? Let Go is now OfferUp. Oh, well, that's good news, Jen. So yeah, I'm going to go on OfferUp and I'm going to see what I can let go. Scott says it's got a Texas chili recipe pro tip. Okay, well, that's good news. Flavia says I got mono too. It was for a solid month. Oh my God, our daughter got mono, Flavia, and it was going on 5 months out of school, on the couch, in bed or on the couch for 5 months. I'd have to go to the school, get her homework, bring it home. We watched all the Doctor Who's. It was actually a sweet family time, and she was a real trooper. But that's what makes that was a real character building thing for Fanuler. Barb's birthday today. Organic soy tofu teriyaki bowls. Here we come. Ooh, Barb. Ed, well, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Barb. Please let her know happy birthday. Like Jen's got in there with the OfferUp. I'm going to click that as soon as the show's over, which is going to be soon. Where in Austin can you get some good chili? And don't say chili parlor downtown. We were not impressed. Okay, Keys, I hope this works out for you. I know there's some other Austinites in there. You guys could have an early show reunion picnic. Not as good as it smells. That's a callback. Oh God. That'll be used in Jake's future act to describe many, many things. Not as good as it smells. Yeah, I think I'm going to write that down. Not as good as it smells. I'm writing it down. There was something I meant to write down this morning and I forgot. So I'm going to be spending the next few minutes clicking some links and Googling some stuff. But right now, so tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's real Friday. This was a great first Friday. Thank you guys for coming again and tuning in. As always, I appreciate you and I'm grateful to everything. 5 months. Oh no, I had no idea you could be ill for months with mono. Yeah, God, it was really brutal. Not as good as it smells is also a good t-shirt. I don't know though. I feel like that's not something that you want on your shirt. You're trying to attract the opposite sex or the same sex or whoever you're trying to attract. Not as good as it smells. I don't know if that's what you want to wear on a t-shirt, but I do like the idea that someone would get that. Not as good as it smells. All right. All right. Here we go. So what are you saying there, Jen? You still can't find a chess set that you broke some pieces from, multicolored glass pieces on a mirror board. Oh my God. That sounds like a 70s fantasy. You know, you could play chess and snort coke and cut your finger. All right, so today's Seize the Day. Thanks, everybody, and I'll be back tomorrow. Belinda has said that she will be back, most likely with the show tomorrow, and all of those things. And next week, I'm thinking Mondays a go, Tuesday and Wednesday are a no-show, and then Thursday and Friday are a go. But I'll let you know for sure tomorrow. All right. Today's Seize the Day. Thank you, Rachel. Henry David Thoreau. There are moments when all anxiety and stated toil are becalmed in the infinite leisure and repose of nature. This is a guy who didn't need to rent a van because he lived by a pond in a shack, or so we're told. I know they didn't have Uber Eats back then, but I got a feeling that somebody was sneaking Henry David Thoreau's some chicken pot pies. Maybe not. I shouldn't. Why am I being so hard on Henry David Thoreau? There are moments when all anxiety and stated toil are becalmed in infinite leisure and repose of nature. So let's all repose in some nature. But first, let's watch our president meltdown on television. So we're going to see it tomorrow. Should I watch the debate tonight, Mr. Predicto? Should I watch the presidential debate tonight?
Definitely yes.
Oh, Mr. Predicto. All right, I'm going to watch the debate. We'll see you tomorrow for a Friday Happy Half Hour. We made it through this week. This is our first Friday, so we know we're going to make it to second